Harry heartbroken, in ultimate shame over family estrangement amid William becomes the Prince of Wales. Honestly speaking, Prince Harry has never looked so alone. It was the scene of the royal brothers' greatest tragedy, the backdrop to their darkest hour as they learnt of the death of their mother, Diana, the Princess of Wales, 25 years ago. The added poignancy of Queen Elizabeth II passing away at her beloved Balmoral will not have been lost on Princes William and Harry as they raced to their grandmother's Scottish home in her final hours on Thursday. If the once inseparable siblings were to patch up their differences anywhere, then surely the heather-strewn wilds of Royal Deeside would provide the perfect conditions for a timely rapprochement. Yet, in being the last to arrive at the Balmoral Castle, and the first to leave in the morning, the extent of Harry's defenestration from the firm could not appear more marked. Matters moved so quickly on Thursday that Harry was unable to fly in the same private jet as his brother, the Duke of Cambridge, his uncle Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, and his uncle Prince Edward and his wife Sophie, the Earl and Countess of Wessex, even those also making the 600-kilometre journey from Windsor. Having cut a lonely figure as he was driven into Balmoral, hand against his furrowed brow, to join his estranged family in mourning the Queen's death, he was alone again as he made his way back to Windsor, where his wife Meghan is understood to have been waiting for him at their Frogmore Cottage home in the UK. But as has been well documented since he and Meghan stepped down from royal duties in March 2020, relations between the couple and the rest of the House of Windsor remain strained, not least after Meghan's salvos in a podcast and a 6,500-word interview with The Cut, in which she warned the royal family that she was free to say anything. Despite an insistence from the Sussexes, people that they were working in coordination with the royals, the about turn reflects a growing sense that communications have all but broken down between the couple and the palace. The approach may change as the royal household manages the many moving parts involved in coordinating attendance at Her Majesty's funeral in 10 days' time, but it is fair to say the couple's presence remains a significant cause for consternation, not just among staff but the family itself. As one well-placed source put it, I think the general reaction to Harry and Meghan's behaviour has been one of incredulity, to be honest. Even if you just look at the last few weeks, they've had the Duchess once again making outspoken remarks in interviews. They seem quite detached from reality, living in a sort of LA bubble. It's incredible, really. It is not confirmed if Meghan and Harry will stay in the UK until the state funeral, expected to be on Monday, September the 19th, or return to the US to see their children Archie 3 and 1-year-old Lilibet, having already been away from them for a week, although Scobie's insisted that Harry will of course remain in Britain. It's also to be decided whether Archie and Lilibet will use their HRH titles automatically granted now their grandfather is king. A question mark also remains over whether Meghan's next Spotify podcast will be broadcast as planned on Tuesday, or whether Harry's autobiography will still be published before Christmas. It would seem that the Queen's death has done little to close the book on the Sussexes' ongoing rift with the firm. Meanwhile, Prince William, the new Prince of Wales, now that his father has become King Charles III, has stepped up to royal duties after the exit of his brother Harry and uncle Andrew. William has grown up with a strong sense of his future responsibilities, with Charles's reign inevitably set to be shorter than that of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. And as the new king ages, William will have a much more visible public profile, preparing for his later role as king, said Robert Hazel, Professor of Government and the Constitution at University College London. After the Queen's death, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge took on Charles and his second wife Camilla's titles of the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and also Duke and Duchess of Rothesay in Scotland.